Welcome to KR Films Entertainment Channel. The woman who passed by him stones are thrown by children and they call him a beggar chased by dogs. This is probably one of the worst zombies in a zombie world. Today we will recap the Korean zombie comedy movie. Generally speaking, most zombies are mostly horror, but this movie incorporates a light-hearted and humorous way of expression. The setting is very fresh. A biological company is conducting illegal clinical trials on college students and unemployed people. The Korean government receives a report and immediately says it. This is where the story begins. One night, this somebody named Jeon-bi escapes from the pipeline of the bio company. He limped to a village. Two older women came up to him. Jeon-bi dragged his stiff body and rushed forward. The women didn't care, choked and left. This is so humiliating. At that moment, three children appear to throw stones at him and tease him. As a result, they play Jeon-bi for fools. This shows that Jeon-bi has almost no fighting power. He was chased by the children into the village. When he turned his head, there was a black dog not far away barking at him. He thought he could have a meal this time, so he put on a fierce expression. A fierce battle was about to break out. What he was scared by the black dog and ran away desperately. The villagers thought he was a fool. The camera pans around and Man-deok he's playing cards with his friends. Suddenly the sound of barking dogs comes from outside. Man-deok takes his weapon and walks out. He chases the dog away and prepares to leave, but he hears a noise in the toilet behind him and goes in to find out what's going on. He found Jeon-bi hiding in there making a mess. He must have Jeon-bi for a pervert. He swung the toilet plug and started beating him. Enraged, Jeon-bi started to bite Man-deok's head. Man-deok's screams attracted his friends. Jeon-bi went out and ran away. Man-deok's head was also filled with blood. Jeon-bi, who's running wildly, came across Man-deok's youngest daughter Hae-gul on the road. Hero shush straight to her. Hae-gul ended up kicking him in the crotch area. It was as if time had stood still. Just then the dog who had been chasing Jeon-bi all the way came running again. The two saw the situation, pull out their legs and run. They ran for a long time. Hae-gul was on his way when he met his second brother Min-gul, who had just returned from Seoul. When Min-gul saw the strange Jeon-bi chasing his sister, he was scared and turned around and ran to. At that moment, Hae-gul accidentally fell down. Jeon-bi was about to pounce on him. He goes, brother Joon-gul drove his car and not Jeon-bi out of the way. This could be a coincidence. Joon-gul was too frightened to look. To his surprise, Jeon-bi stood up again. He shouted angrily at the three siblings, but when he turned around he saw the dog chasing him, so he ran away back home. The three siblings were discussing whether Jeon-bi would come back to haunt them. Man-deok, who was chewed on the head, was sent back by ambulance. Man-deok told his friends that it was a human bite. Everyone thinks he's just an old fool and doesn't take what he says seriously. At night, the youngest daughter and Man-deok, who had not slept, heard a noise in the warehouse and went to check it out. When they turned on the light, they saw Jjong-bi eating cabbage. Man-deok immediately recognized that this was the one who bit him. He picked up the shovel and shot over. Hae-gul ran back to room and called her family to help Joon-gul, so Man-deok enjoy. And by fighting, he went in and gave Jeon-bi a flying kick. Jeon-bi was hit by the kick into a stillborn the wall. The family was stunned that they might have killed someone. Would just then Shot-bi suddenly looked up, pulled his body out of the steel pipe and ran straight at them. The stunned family rushed out and closed the door. Outside the door, the family stuff eaten discussed what kind of species Jeon-bi was. Min-gul saw what was going on and took out the zombie film. Everyone saw the situation and understood Man-deok had been bitten by Jeon-bi so he wouldn't turn into a zombie to right, so everyone carefully stood opposite Man-deok. Man-deok, as full of despair, Non-joo took out his ancestral pan and gave Man-deok a heavy blow. Then they locked Man-deok into the RV. Min-gul didn't stay idle and searched for zombie data overnight to make notes. The next day he gave a lecture to his family. Man-deok locked in the RV, hot and sweaty. He climbed out of the sunroof. He stumbled into the living room. The people in the living room were instantly frozen in place. Just as Man-deok was about to snort, Min-gul dealt him a fatal blow. Joon-gul was so angry that he chased after Min-gul. Although Man-deok was not turned into a zombie by the bite, his body underwent a surprising change. He can pee rainbow in the toilet. The old friends on the sidelines were stunned. They surrounded him and asked what kind of magic pill he had taken. His face looked much better and he looked 20 years younger. Man-deok came home excited and thought it must be the effect of Jeon-bi's bite. He sang and danced happily. Man-deok's change was really the envy of his friends, so one of his friends approached Man-deok and wanted to become just like him if Man-deok told him he could pay for the trip to Hawaii. Man-deok was reluctant at first, but when he heard he had money to go to Hawaii, he immediately changed his attitude. The next day a bunch of old men came demand Duck with the money to become young. He brings everyone to the warehouse. Man-deok finds the Jjong-bi is missing. It turns out that Min-gul overheard the conversation between Man-deok and his friend and found out the business opportunity. He drove Jjong-bi away. On the way, he excitedly contacted the doctor, but he was stopped by the police car for speeding. The police then also found the Jjong-bi in the box. The two were then taken to the police station. Min-gul was taken as a kidnapper. No one realized that Jjong-bi was a zombie. Man came to the police and told them that Jjong-bi was his youngest son and told them not to get involved in other people's family affairs and immediately took Jjong-bi away. After returning home, Hae-gul gave Jjong-bi's favorite cabbage to eat, but Jjong-bi didn't move a muscle, so Hae-gul squeezed a lot of ketchup on the cabbage. Jjong-bi then ate it, but after half a day he didn't get a single bite of cabbage. Hae-gul thought it was strange and found the Jjong-bi. His teeth were all gone. Hae-gul came out of the warehouse in a rage and yelled, "Who pulled Jjong-bi's teeth? Knocked you? Didn't dare to squeal." It turns out that in the morning Nam-joo took it upon herself to remove Jjong-bi's teeth in order to prevent him from biting. Man-deok was so sad to see this. He was expecting Jjong-bi to make money, but now the opportunity to make money, he's gone. At that moment the old men of the village came. Manta came up with a solution. He borrowed his friend's dentures and put them on Jjong-bi. So it was that the old men lined up for Jjong-bi to buy one by one. Sure enough, the next morning their bodies were revitalized. They lifted the farm cart with their bare hands. Friend who used to use wheelchairs are now able to run, and Man-deok took the family's money. He rushed to the arms of Hawaii alone. Min-gul took advantage of the chaos and tried to take Jjong-bi. Now you found out and beat him up. A ghoul took Jjong-bi to the cabbage field. Jjong-bi was so excited that he hugged and gobbled up Hae-gul, and Jjong-bi chase each other in the cabbage field. They are happy, but Hae-gul tripped and fell to the ground. However, this beautiful moment was ruined by Joon-gul. The people of the village saw how young the old men had become. Once again they rushed to Man-deok's house in a large group. Hae-gul looked up and saw the crowd of villagers running toward their house, thinking that they were coming to collect a debt. She immediately ran to her house. Instantly the family had back in the house, and on closer inspection found that the group was not debt collectors but to become young. Just like that the village came. Everyone lined up in a very orderly manner. The family has a clear division of labor and the business is getting bigger and bigger. They earned more and more money. Jjong-bi's treatment also improved. They gave Jjong-bi a new room and a new set of dentures. Hae-gul also took Jjong-bi to the city to get a new haircut and new clothes. Thus with the money Jjong-bi earned, the family reopened the gas station. The family had a joyful dinner. At night Hae-gul passes by and hears Min-gul's idea to take Jjong-bi to do an experiment. The next day she packed Jjong-bi's bags and took him to the mountain forest with the intention of letting him go with Jjong-bi looked at Hae-gul's back and refused to leave. Then Min-gul found him and took him to the station. Min-gul happily bought 2 tickets to Seoul. While he was buying drinks, something terrible broke out. The virus broke out in the bodies of all that didn't people in the village. They turned into zombies, and that people inside the town was certainly no exception. A zombie appeared in front of Man-deok's house as he rushed to her. The 3 of them. Nam-joo finished him off with a pot lid. Soon a large number of zombies appeared outside Man-deok's house. Nam-joo hid inside the house and blocked the way to the second floor. The trio looked at the zombie manual Min-gul had made earlier and armed themselves. On the other hand, Min-gul, if the station also noticed that something was wrong, the station was already full of zombies. He had under the car and tried to call the police, but the police have turned into zombies. But his cell phone rang first and the sound attracted all the zombies. Instantly he had to run away from the station. He came to the street and found off, and so he drove the van and hurry home. Soon it was evening. Non-Joo's wail came from the quiet room. The sound attracted the attention of the zombies. They flocked up to the second floor. 3 people quickly threw the window to the roof of the warehouse. At this time, Min-gul, who had escaped from the station, also returned. He took the fireworks like a Gatling machine gun and bombed wildly at the zombie. Is what he forgot that his house was a gas station. In a panic, he set off all the fireworks. Min-gul hastily hid in the warehouse and a brilliant firework appeared in the sky. But the sound and light attract more zombies. Unfortunately, Nam-joo is about to give birth. If they don't get out, the family will die here. So the 2 brothers went to the trailer and prepared to drag the RV to escape from this place. They were looking for the keys. When they turn on the lights inside the car, the 2 were instantly surrounded. Hae-gul comes up with a weed whacker. This brothers would. She was frightened by the hordes of zombies. In the nick of time, Jjong-bi suddenly appears and seats Hae-gul. A zombie upstairs accidentally stepped on the messy circuit and all the zombies are attracted, so the zombies began to follow the dance. The brothers took the opportunity to leave with the whole family and Jjong-bi stayed behind to guard Hae-gul's safe departure. He stayed behind looking at Hae-gul in the distance. Jjong-bi seemed to return to his humanity. He made a human voice. Zombies are attracted to sound. What he was also instantly surrounded by. So these Jjong-bi took out a lighter and ignited the gasoline, instantly setting off the gas station. The day soon dawned. The 4 of them managed to escape. Joon-gul was unfortunately bitten by a zombie last night and mutated. Everyone got out of the current once. Just then Man-deok, who had returned from his vacation in Hawaii, appeared. He knows nothing and is full of doubts. Hae-gul asked him how he didn't turn into a zombie. Min-gul's ready at this moment. That's when the radio in the car came out. If someone is infected and still normal, they are the ones who carry their own antibodies and immediately contact the defense headquarters. Min-gul heard it and hugged Man-deok again with great joy. The camera pans to 6 months later. Jung-gul was successfully rescued. Jjong-bi did not die either. When the gas station exploded, he was crushed underneath and escaped death. The 1 year family begins traveling the country to vaccinate zombies for free, and this vaccine itself is their father. The inoculation method is Man-deok biting a zombie. Thank you for watching.